Welcome back to the Orca Studio Show.
Hold on, Evan. I'll be taking over the episode this week. Welcome back to the Orca Studio Show. This week we're going to have a little bit of a one-on-one. I'll be interviewing the host, Evan Slater.
Hello.
Finally.
Sorry.
Where have you been?
I was out of town.
Evan, I told you we had a deadline to do this and that you needed to be here by 7:30. It's 7:31. Alright, Mr. Slater. Who came up with the idea of Orca Studios and how was it started?
Studios, that was me when we did our pilot episode last spring. Another part of it, Orca Games, was little here, little there. January 2022, I made a game, and so I just made that another part. But the original part was just Orca Industries. We did do some videos for that, but mostly we did like comic books and stuff. And that one's been going since like 2014, 2015, something like that. November 24th, anniversary day.
Almost 10 years since the company has started.
I think this year would be like 8.
When did everyone join?
Everyone meaning who?
Well, okay. The original group, I know it was you, Drew, Riley.
Well, when it was formed, it was me and 2 others, and we were just making comics and little short stories and stuff. And then, soon enough, I brought in some of my other friends, me being Drew and Riley, and then you tried out, and you were in it for a little bit, but after a while, because we were just 10-year-old kids, we sort of slowed down, and then it was usually just me, sometimes Riley, sometimes Drew, just writing little stories, doing stuff. But after a while, everybody sort of split apart, and we still did videos every now and then, but it was usually all of us individually on our own platforms doing things. Back in summer during 2022, me and Riley started up with the comics again, and he's been trying to do more every now and then afterwards, but he really only brought back one of his original series. I brought back a couple of my original characters and then create a bunch of new ones.
Were Thomas and Abel, or Thomas and Michael, the famous
Thomas and Michael?
Were they original characters, or was that just something you created for me and Riley when
they were original specifically for you and Riley? They weren't made for this show.
Yeah.
I was working on them for something else, but then I thought they would fit good for this.
Yeah. Riley was blind last time.
That was good, man. I don't know if you were a part of any of the older projects, but the stuff we used to do back in middle school, we would invite a bunch of people over for a day, and we would record ourselves reenacting scenes from movies. So we would pick one, I think one we did 3 times was the first Harry Potter, and we would just recreate the entire movie from memory. And it wasn't the best, but it was still fun to do. Nowadays we try to stay as original as we can and keep somewhat of a bar of quality so that we could be more consistent than just us playing around outside for improv with our friends.
So looking towards the future, what are some ideas that the fans can look forward to?
Some projects we're working on?
Correct. I'm curious to know what are some stuff that we plan to work on later onto.
I do have something kind of in the works.
No spoilers, of course, but
Yeah, I don't know if I want to reveal too much about that just in case it doesn't work out, because as I had just explained, we have sort of quality control. Mm-hmm. There have been episodes that we've filmed, multiple, that we just couldn't use.
And there's some that we filmed that turned out a lot better in our head, but when we put it on the screen, it didn't really look that great.
What are you referring to?
Trivia 101.
Yeah, I thought so. With Digitally Blind, that script for that short, actually, if you watch it, you can see the script on the side of the fridge when Michael bangs into a countertop with everyone. But we also have another script written. Mm-hmm. It might be easier now since it's colder and the complicated costumes, but we have another script written that we could film and release sometime in the near future or
Stay
it could
tuned.
be much longer till we see it. But whenever we need to, we should be able to get it done as long as we can schedule things. We've been given a prompt for an instructional video, something that can like teach while also entertaining. I'll be showing up some visuals on screen right now of one that I did a couple years ago. It was an instructional video on how to open a door, and I know my teacher then enjoyed the video, but I think we're gonna have to get a little deeper with our entertainment value if we want the same sort of impact, because yeah, that video is a little
Outdated?
rough. Yeah. It's not quite the same as what we do now.
And then, are there any interesting details that you would like to share about Orca Studios?
But this is gonna be rough, but yeah, please enjoy this goofy little presentation of ours. I might give a warning that most of these were just made either for fun or for like world building and stuff. Don't look into the artistic quality of them too much, because they're not the most advanced. You know what I mean?
Maybe give some Easter eggs in some of the videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
that you-
think back through each of our scripted shorts about any Easter eggs. For example, here's the map right here, and one of the cities to the south is called Orca City. So there are like businesses there that could be named after the city. So I guess that's how I'll explain that. Usually, when you see a short or you see a poster like one of these on screen, it's in a connected world. It's part of all the shorts together, and it's especially obvious in these ones because they all have Alec in them, or they have like Riley or Aiden in them as their characters.
Yeah. This might be complicated. I don't know yet. But based off you said that what's real or what's fake, I think it'd be kind of funny if like me or Riley or me or Aiden, somehow meet Thomas and Abel, and then it might be complicated, to get both.
If I do like green screens, or if I have a set tripod, like, let me just. I'll figure something out, but I'll try and show an example right now. But you're literally just wearing red sunglasses. People could tell it's you. Especially that, like, when we were filming that, somebody drove by on the street and, like, gave you looks. One of us, a student here, this one. That was fun, wasn't it?
This went from me interviewing Evan to the roast of me. No, I'm kidding.
Don't give me video ideas.
I think that's everything. I mean,
Well, if this does end up coming out on Friday, I'm going to give a little preview. And there's nothing to show, but next week, because this Friday we're going to be filming Lunch Break, next week you'll see a new Lunch Break episode themed after Halloween.
Thank you for joining us this week. I've been Alec Mosenberg. We'll see you next time on the Orca Studio Show.